Hey everyone, it's Travis Micklejohn here with Diamond International Trucks. It's a beautiful sunny day here in Edmonton. We're finally starting to see some sun, and I only had to start my car twice this week before I came to work. Mind you, it is only Wednesday. Anyway, it's a great excuse to get out of the office and spend some time around some of our trucks. Today I'm in front of the legendary International 9900i. This is one of my favorite international trucks of all time. Now, some of you may have heard and some of you may not have heard, but our 9900 is reaching the end of its road. Unfortunately, this truck is officially discontinued from International. As time and technology has moved forward, International's done an amazing job coming out with new modern product lines, and we've had a lot of fun keeping this traditional truck on the road for as long as we possibly can. I've had the pleasure of selling this truck my entire sales career. One of the reasons this is one of my favorite trucks is that when I started with Diamond International, it was at a time where there's a lot of major transition happening with this product. A lot of you may remember that this truck started out as the 9300, and at that time it had the flat glass and it had the square flat headlights and a very square hood. In 1999, International came out with phase one of a major change of this truck. They went to the integrated stylish new headlights styled into the fender. They changed the entire shape of the hood and put a whole new hood on the truck, which greatly improved the aerodynamics of it. And when I started with Diamond International trucks, those 9900s were in the front line for sale. Now, interestingly enough, it was 1999 and they rebranded it to the 9900. Coincidence or not, I don't know. There was a lot of excitement around that because we also knew that the truck wasn't staying exactly that way for very long. And it was only a year later, in 2000, that International continued to modify it. And in 2000, International changed the cab design. They moved the firewall ahead 3 to 4 inches and gave a lot more foot room and belly room for the operator. And it also allowed us to completely change the A-pillars on the truck and gave the slope you see we have today on this unit. Before that, the windshield was virtually vertical windshield, if you can imagine that. That also allowed us to see the wraparound windshield we have today. And that change, again, greatly improved the aerodynamics and gave the truck a lot better fuel economy, and also really improved the sight lines for the operator. The final change was lowering the door sills just a little bit, and again, just gave a lot nicer view for the operator in there. At that time in 2000, with those changes, they rebranded the truck once again, and then they called it the 9900i. The I stood for innovation, and the idea of innovation was taking, at the time, modern concepts, being improved aerodynamics for fuel economy and improved driver ergonomics, and applying that to a very classic design that operators loved and be proud to own. It's a very similar mindset we carry in our Lone Star today. There was one final change on the 9900, and that happened just a couple years ago. Some of you might remember that the 9900 disappeared for a year, and when it came back, those of you with a keen eye might have noticed a couple changes. Our air tanks were different, they were mounted in different locations, our battery box modules were a little different looking, our fuel tank brackets were very different. And that's because when the truck came back, the 9900i actually came back on the Lone Star frame platform. Some of the changes I do remember was, I believe in around 2003, we did a nice interior refresh. And we went away from the slate gray interior and we came out with a nice new tan interior. That was about the same time we came out with the wardrobe on the back wall, which was a really kind of different, unique way to use the space in a sleeper. And it was kind of exciting at the time. Then in 2007, we added to that change when we brought out the black tuck and roll interior. We had our foundation tan with a very high contrasting black leather, and it made for a beautiful, beautiful interior. We still use that interior in these trucks today. One unique story I would like to tell about the 9900i is that for many years, a lot of our customers would refer to this truck as the International Eagle. This truck's had many names in its time, the 93, the 99, the 99i, but it was never actually an International Eagle. For many years, the 9900i sported Eagle badging on the hood and on the sleeper, and that simply meant that you had the upgraded Eagle interior. You had the top of the line interior on that truck. Now, although we're gonna miss this truck when it's gone, I do have a very few limited number of brand new 9900i's still in stock. If you're a 9900i fan as much as I am, this is your last opportunity to own one of the last 9900i's built by International. You'll be pleasantly surprised with the pricing on these trucks, as we're able to get them at a lot better exchange rate than today's custom order trucks. And for those of you who aren't in the market for a truck just yet, there's going to be a lot of great options for you to own going forward. You can look at our new Highway line, led by our aerodynamic and fuel-efficient International LT. You need to drive one of these LTs. They're just simply one of the nicest driving trucks I've been in. And of course, the very bold flagship of our lineup, we call it the Advanced Classic model, our International Lone Star. For those of you who are still really interested in the classic type look, there's one other series you can look at, and that's our aluminum cab vocational lineup, a new model, our International HX. If you order the HX with the set forward axle and the flat nose, and you also order the integrated 51-inch sleeper package, you'll notice it has very similar styling cues to our current 9900. However, that's where the similarities end. The interior is completely new, and it is built on a vocational platform that allows you to go up to 20 front axles, tridem rears if you'd like. If there's any trucks you guys are interested in, please come on in, spend some time with us. My sales team is very knowledgeable, they're very well trained, and they do everything they can to be as helpful as possible. So I hope I'm able to see you around the dealership here sometime. Thank you.